Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Today I thought I'd take a little break from painting that nightmare box, and I'm going to, sorry, just adjusting this. I'm going to paint Harata, Ngatoro, if that's how you pronounce the surname, from the, is it the Rising Tides or Turning Tides? The Explorer's box. Whilst I wait for some green stuff to deal with the bases for the Lagan and Ari. So, hi Guslado, nice to see you here. I thought we'd paint up Harata. Probably butchering his name, but do our best. So I'm gonna just start off by base coating his skin with Turning Tides. Yeah, thanks, cool. Base coating his skin with some Rhinox hide to give a good base for his pretty dark skin tone. And today we are having our little raffle, sorta. I mean, the winner is gonna be announced a little bit later than today, but very soon afterwards. So I'm raffling off the Bayou starter box. Thanks for that like. So anyone who participates in the stream and follows Play Wyrd on Twitch or YouTube, and also follows my little corner on YouTube, youtube.com/c/sybarite_painting, will have a chance to win the lovely Bayou Bash starter box with Fate deck. And I need to get this shadow off the screen. So yeah, the Fate deck, the markers, and those 4 models, and all that good stuff. To one lucky Swamp Duck. Because Lauda asks, planning on doing tattoos on him? Yeah, I think so. Like they're very small and intricate on. I'm getting a lot of shadow on. Maybe I'm just. There we go. Some slight lamp adjustment. See, I'm being like surrounded by lamps here. Yeah, I guess painting Harata's tattoos, we might want to simplify them a little bit, because if memory serves me correctly, they're quite small and intricate. So I'm simplifying tattoo designs to get them onto a little 32mm miniature is often preferable, I think. Better to get it look good and being a little simpler than to mess up and just make some design look really cluttered on a very small surface, I think. But we won't get to the tattoos until a bit later. But anyway, when you're painting tattoos, a good idea is to mix like a black or a very dark blue or turquoise with the base flesh tone of your miniature to make it look natural. Because if you go with pure black, it's going to look very, it's not going to look very natural, because we don't, like, a person's tattoo wouldn't look 100% black. It's going to fade over time, and you could, if you wanted a tattoo to look really like made the days before, a few days before, then you can go pure black, I guess. But I'd still mix a little bit of basic skin tone into it. Like if you find like one of your mid-tones that you picked for the miniature. So there we go, we're base coated. Yeah, nice, you're looking forward to it. I've done some tattoos in the past on miniatures. Iced coffee. And like I did some tattoos on Baritone Lola. The Cassandra counts as from the Dark Carnival box set. And that was really fun. It's a miniature I'm really proud of. If you go to my Instagram that the Nightbot linked, then you can, if you scroll down a whole lot, you'll find it. I think it's like one of the earliest pictures I posted after getting Instagram. So I'm thinking I'll build up the skin by mixing in Mornfang Brown into the whole Rhinox hide shade. And then eventually I'll go over to adding in some Reaper tanned skin into the highlights. My hands are a little shaky today. I think I mentioned that some other stream that sometimes, some days my hands don't seem to be as steady. While most of the time they're very steady. Or maybe it's that I've been drinking a bunch of coffee. So how is everyone in the chat doing? No, we're not all that many arrived yet, but how are you guys? I'm doing pretty good myself. Just a little tired. For some reason, I get tired after exercise. Really weird, huh? So I'm trying to leave some Rhinox hide in the recesses. Challenge with this miniature, other than painting, tattoos, is that you got a large-ish area of skin. And making that look good can be a little tricky with all the muscles, but also, in a way, it also kind of gets easier because the muscles are pretty well defined. Harata really didn't skip any gym days. Any tips on how to study shaking hands for painting? Yeah, like one tip is to just rest both your hands. Well, it might seem really obvious, but just try and rest both your hands on the table. Or if you got one hand to hold the miniature like this, and then you put your other hand sort of like here in your first hand, that can really help. And you'll just support your paintbrush hand with the palm, but also the fingers of your offhand. That kind of helps for me. Though a problem there, I guess, is that when we paint miniatures, it's very easy to end up being like very hunched over, and then after a while you suddenly have back issues, and stiff neck and stuff. So like in some ways it's often better if you can get your miniature up a little. That's nicer for your body, to not just bend over and have it on a lower table surface. So if you got a raisable table, that's really nice. If you got hands that shake, so you can steady them against the table whilst the table isn't super low. If anyone else have any tips in that area, then certainly appreciate it. I guess you could maybe put something like underneath you. If you don't have a raisable table, you can just put something underneath your hands to raise the working area. You just have to make sure you get enough support, I guess. Eating a banana can be good for steadying your hands. Huh. That's nice. Why, banana got any special magical powers? Is it all that calcium? Potassium helps steady your hands. Oh, cool. That's a nice tip. Actually, I happen to really like bananas too. Potassium. Hi, Danny Dawson. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We are painting a cool water mage in the form of Harata, or however you pronounce his name, for the EVS keyword. Alcohol helps. I guess it could. Alcohol can also help with your painting confidence. You'll be like, hey, this is going great. And then the day after, you're like, huh, not sure things were going that great. If you have too much. Fantastic. Oh, cool. Yeah, he seems really good with Colette, especially, I think, regular Colette with serene countenance, because he can make it like nobody can ignore Colette's negatives from the serene countenance. That seems really nasty. Can also help out the showgirls in the survivability department there with their manipulative. Yeah, he's a performer. Doing his cool water shows, I guess. Mr. Cooper needs some more Harada. Yeah, it would be fun. I guess maybe support for such an old Nightmare Edition is maybe not something we should hold our breaths for, but I certainly would not mind. I've yet to paint like half of those Dark Carnival miniatures. You know what? I've done it again. I forgot to paint this guy's feet. But that's all right. We caught it early. So I was at, I mentioned last stream that I was gonna go to a couple of tournaments. And I was at Malmö Wargaming Weekend this weekend, which had Malifaux and 3 other games in a hotel in Malmö, Sweden. It was really nice. The Malifaux tournament ended up being pretty small, with 4 people. Sorry, I said 4. I meant 8. Why did I say 4? 8 people and 5 Danes, 3 Swedes, actually. So we were less Swedes than Danes. But it was really nice. It was great fun. Well-run tournament. And the turnout was, like, the representation of factions was pretty interesting because we had 4 guild players. Usually there's like 1. So we had 4 guild players, 2 Neverborn players, and we were 2 people playing Explorer Society. So only 3 factions, but we played a whole lot of different masters from those factions, so it felt pretty varied anyway. I ended up winning, so that's fun. Cool. Yay. Woo, woo. Winning is fun, right? What are you planning on doing for basing for this, dude? I'm gonna do something like in the same vein of the harpooners I painted earlier. But I was thinking I'd do some cool water effect stuff. Hopefully cool. Like, you might notice that I've currently not got his magical water effect swirly thingy not glued onto the miniature because I thought I'd paint that separately. And I'm thinking of maybe also adding to that effect, like painting it blue, highlighting it and all, and then adding water effects on top of that for even more swirly water stuff, and then maybe like cool water effect waves running up around him, like a little bit like in a magical circle where the water start, like his magical powers are making it swirl around him a little bit. Like in my head, it looks pretty cool. Sorta in my head. I don't really visualize things like other people, I think. I've come to realize I don't really get pictures in my head, but like the concept sounds cool to me. So we'll see what happens with that. My sovereign from my own syndicate crew is flapping over a little, not river, a little stream, and I'm building up some waves in the water from the thunderbolt and the bird's wings. I need to add some more water effects to that. It looks pretty cool. Having fun with the water effects a lot lately. It's unrelated to painting or anything, but applying to this week. Does Sweden do anything for Halloween? We do. It's not as big as in the States, but like it's big enough. A lot of people like it still. Some kids do trick-or-treating, but it's not as widespread. Usually there are a few like Halloween parties you can go to. I was thinking of having a I'm gonna have a little Halloween-y board game night on Friday, and that should be fun. Might play Mansions of Madness or Betrayal at Baldur's Gate or something. Also, my roomie, who I'm also renting from, He's American, and him and his girlfriend made 2 lovely pumpkin carvings, which we got on the balcony now. So yeah, seems nice. Feels nice, I meant to say. I really like Halloween myself. I like this whole cozy horror thing, if that makes any sense. I was also thinking, like on the Thursday stream, maybe I'll have a little Halloween costume-ish, sort of. I got a mask, like a plague mask, like the Carrion Effigy. I think painting in one of those will be extremely hard, but I guess I could try for a little while. You think I should? Yeah, betrayal is good for Halloween. I can be so stupid at times because last time I wanted to play betrayal in the fall, I was like, oh, and we need to cozy it up and have like candles and Halloweeny music and stuff, but like playing a board game in candlelight, that's not ideal. I realized you need to read a whole lot of fine print text. Painted in costume yesterday, just saying. Yeah, I know. I popped by there for a while. So you were painting Carver. Looked really nice, both Carver and the costume. I think the plague mask, it's got a whole beak thing, so it'll be in front of the camera. So I don't know if it's a great option, but I really like the plague mask. I think I'm gonna wear it on the tram because it's COVID proof. People might think I'm an idiot, and maybe that's fine. It was a nice hat, dog. It was. So I'm trying to highlight this with Mornfang brown. So it's very saturated brown. Very warm. Trying to build up the muscles highlights and Bluff. Hi. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Glad you're joining us. Yeah, you should always wear that hat, dog. For sure. Cool. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Really hyped for the game, really hyped for Halloween. I'm kind of happy to have won the first Explore Society tournament I went to, or like the first tournament I took the Explore Society to, even though it was a small one. It's really fun. It's nice feeling when everything just sort of clicks and your plans work out. From that Marcus animation in Discord that you mentioned you did, really looked really awesome. Oh, cool. A Marcus animation? I need to look into that. What kind of an animation was that? Search for Marcus in Discord. Cool. I'll do that later. So I'm not entirely sure how I should search for it on Discord. Like in the Wyrd group, I guess. Short rough animation, mid transformation. Cool. Marcus has always been a favorite of mine. Played him a lot in second edition. Played him a little bit in third. Yeah, that was probably self-explanatory, Guslaudo. I'm just slow sometimes. Sorry. Yeah, I know you're a Marcus fanboy, and I'm a Marcus fan girl person something too. It's weird. I never really described myself as a fangirl, so I guess I am. He's pretty cool, yeah. And like giving wings and butterfly jump to tigers, it's just a good time, you know? It's always fun. Butterfly jump is a freaking annoying ability. And when you give it to a saber-toothed Cerberus or some other nasty Gribbly, that's just amazing or horrible, depending on how you look at it. Wings and camouflage to a dinosaur. Yeah, for sure. We do see. We don't play. We all rarely play with hired masters in Sweden. We're kind of in the same camp as the US, so we play singles. So no dinosaur for Marcus, regrettably. Feels like something you need to do sometime, though. I almost put my paintbrush in my iced coffee. Better drink that instead. Barrier from the wings and scamper from inhuman reflexes is delightful. Scamper from inhuman reflexes. Who gets that? I forgot. Right, the Neverborn upgrade. Yeah, because that had butterfly jump originally, right? But now they changed it to scamper. Which one is scamper? I don't recall. Is that the one that... Ah, nice little buff for Marcus. Was scamper the whole thing that... Yeah, Matucket's crew has that, right? Like when someone cheats, you can push or something. I can see that being nice. Blade Rush is just lovely. You know, Cerberus with Blade Rush. That's cheeky. There are so many monsters I want to play. Now I want to play more Marcus. But I'm determined to play Explorers on my next tournament too. Then after that, we'll see if I mix it up. Maybe Guild, Racers, or Arcanists, or more Explorers. So much fun stuff all the time. Because this tournament I was at and the upcoming tournament, they are pre-Malifaux Burns. And then probably tournaments after that will be Malifaux Burns stuff. Scamper is when they get to push if someone cheats within 6. Yeah, that's really nice. That combination is pretty obnoxious. There we go. Yeah. Hoping it gets into the app soon. Should be real soon, I think. Malifaux app is so good. Just love being able to look up miniatures in the app, and like it makes for when you're playing the game, it's so nice that you can see exactly what your opponent's models do in the app. Like in some other games, you got all that stuff hidden behind the paywall of buying lots of books and stuff. And this really helps improve the game, I feel. Yeah, thanks for the sub, FOW. Did you, Guslado, did you try Marcus's title yet? He seems really obnoxious. Okay, so I'm gonna mix some Reaper tan skin into the Mornifying Brown. I think should make for some good highlighting. No, I don't track health or conditions in the app either. I do that on stat cards. Like I build crews and I pick schemes and stuff. like that. It's nice that you can track wounds and conditions there, but I feel like for me, it's just faster to do that on the cards. Barkus. You hate that you love that nickname? Barkus. It's a pretty good one. Maybe. I'm glad you enjoyed it. He looks scary. Barkus. Yeah. Do we have any more silly nicknames for the titles? I like to call Nekima title Nekimama. Original recipe. And nice that your friend is getting that Malifaux Burns too soon. It's a really cool book. Extra spicy. Spicy carrots? Yeah. Sure. That's pretty good. Spicy Nelly. Yeah, Nelly is so cool, by the way. Always liked Nelly. I mean, I'd probably hate her as a person in real life, but I love the character. It was fun to see so many guild players at the tournament. I know Lady Justice, Bass, Lucius, Dashel, and Hoffman were all played. Because I don't usually see a lot of guild. Even though they're the good guys, you know? Shame. You know what could be a good nickname for Maxine title? Max Mega. Doesn't that have a ring to it? Because she's megalomaniac, right? I think is the title. What do you mean? I don't get it. The guild are the good guys, right? They're law and order. Without the guild, everything would just be horrible chaos. Mega Max. Yeah? Mega Max or Max Mega. That's pretty sick, right? There was a matchup in the tournament that looked so cool. I wish I'd had more time to watch that game. They played Lady Justice and Nekima, and that just sounds like a slaughter. Yeah, me too, Guslado. I read a whole lot of the little snippets about each character, but I haven't read the story. I feel like I want to finish the Explorer's book and the Resser book before that. I'm currently reading the Resser book. I'm just really slow when it comes to reading since I do most stuff in audiobooks. So like Breachside Broadcast, I think someone said, maybe it was you, Guslado, that the Breachside Broadcast is into the Guild faction book now. So I should look into that. Puzzle Box, yeah, that's a good one. Such a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I've never actually played against Nakima. Maybe not Lady Justice either, but I played with her. Yeah, Puzzle Box is a really good one. Is that from Chronicles? No, or is it from one of the books? I don't recall. Probably one of the books, I think. Damien Ravencroft model. Isn't there a... No, I'm thinking of... There's someone else with such a goth name. The performer Woe? Is he called something else? Something Crow, right? What's that performer Woe called? Is it Damon Crow? No? Dorian Crow, yeah. Thanks. I feel like Dorian Crow and Corvus Rook kind of compete for having the most goth name in the game. Corvus Rook kind of sounds like he's kind of Bird McBird. 2 birds in the name. Korv in Swedish, means sausage. So Corvus kind of sounds like sausagey to us. Mr. Sausage. He's not a very nice guy, Corvus. Nightmare Sonia. Is Ravencroft a fiery magician? Delta Green, but motherfucker. I actually don't know what Delta Green is. Sounds military. So gonna mix some more tan skin in there. This is a kind of small miniature to have on the screen. Hope you can see all right. Kind of small for a 40mm base model, but that's because also this is him without his cool special effects, which we'll add on later. Okay, see you later, Goslado. Delta Green is a modern Call of Cthulhu setting. Oh, okay. Just thought it sounded like some sort of military thing. Delta Green. I've not heard of it. Cthulhu is cool. So currently painting with a Reaper tan skin and Citadel Mornfang Brown mix. There's a beeping in the background you hear. I'm sorry about that. That's the washing machine. Really likes to tell you it's done repeatedly, pretty noisily. Curses must have popped on. Curse is a huge fan of Delta Green. Curse 55. Yeah, I actually didn't say welcome. Curse 55, I'm glad you're here. Sorry. Yeah, well, I felt like taking a break from the deepest depths box because, well, I'd forgotten to order green stuff. So I ordered some more, and while I wait for that to do the bases, I thought I'd return to this box set, which we started earlier with the harpooners. And guess I'm just really explorer's hyped, And I felt like painting this guy. It was kind of spontaneous. But it finished the Logan and the Ari, like, the queen, at least, from that nightmare box, and I will return to it, but just felt like painting a human. Regular old human. Also maybe thought I'd use this guy in a game. Because I'm raffling off a lot of stuff I paint, but some of the stuff I can use in some games too. All the good parts of Cthulhu without the Globcraft crappiness. That sounds like a very good thing. Is it like a role-playing game setting? Or is it a setting for novels or something? Pretty excited to raffle out the Bayou starter box. Spent a lot of time and love, creative energy doing that box. It was a whole lot of fun. Sorry, my throat made a weird sound there. Buddies are funny. They make the weirdest sounds at times. I had a nice autumn walk yesterday and a little jog today, and the last couple of days here in Sweden have been pretty lovely autumn days. Just really like autumn. The winters here can be depressingly long, where it's just gray all the time. We don't get a whole lot of snow in Gothenburg. I think it's easy to think of Sweden as like a super cool country, like cool as in cold. It is pretty cold, but in Gothenburg, like snow rarely stays. Like it snows and then it melts, and then maybe there's ice, and then it just keeps being a sloshy, slippery, icy mess. It's just around that melting point way too often. So summer and autumn in Gothenburg, that's nice. Winter in Gothenburg kind of sucks most of the time. Snow is a devil's damn rough, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. House of Green is an RPG, cool. Your math nerd doesn't carry the one, and you get a total party wipe due to geometry getting weird. Stupid geometry. Always so weird. What classic Halloween monsters villains do you associate any monsters with? Oh, good question, McBluff. Sorry for shaking the cam there. Well, I guess Lucius is the whole evil manipulator. It's not very classic, maybe, but we got Dr. McMorning. Very Halloween-y. The whole mad doctor shtick based on Frankenstein, I guess, but probably a lot of other stuff too, right? I mean, Frankenstein was mostly just very anxious. And, well, we got the witch, Zoraida. The scary crone. Pandora is kind of a, I don't know. Is she a classic villain? I mean, I guess she's kind of in the same category maybe as Pinhead or Freddy Krueger. Do you agree? Disagree? I don't know. Seamus, obviously. As the slasher killer. Cars 55. Lucius is downright my favorite Malifaux character. So evil. Yeah. Pecked him to death with a magical owl this weekend. Serves him right, the evil bastard. Lucius is very cool. Did assassinate on him with Oster and Twig. The Molly crew is very Halloweeny too, of course. Got all those little freaks going trick-or-treating almost. I guess maybe there's a little like body snatcher thing with Nexus. So I'm not great at the Nexus fluff background. And of course, Asian horror or East Asian horror. Kira is there doing her best to represent the Ring, the Grudge, and shit like that. I don't mean shit as a derogatory word here, just that shit's scary, you know? Mimics are cool. Scary monsters. Every Halloween, I have to listen to the Monster Mash by, is it Bob Pickett? Something like that. And also the underappreciated Irresistible Igor. Such a great song. I'm looking forward to knife-focused Halloween with Dexter New Blood. That should be a lot of fun. Been rewatching Dexter. It's like coming home for me. Just So nostalgic. Might not watch seasons 5 to 8 though, if you know what I mean. It's not great. Seem to recall season 5 being alright, but anyone else painting anything right now? Got any cool stuff on your painting tables? As always, it's great fun if you share your work in the hobby section of the Wyrd Discord or in on the Play Wyrd Facebook group. I also got the forums. I tend to forget about the forums nowadays. Like forums and blogs, I guess they're not very 2021. Remember when people had blogs? Remember blogs? Can't stop trying to paint all kin for a friend for Christmas. So many models. Well, that's a very ambitious Christmas gift. I'm sure your friend will be super happy. Also, welcome to the stream, JJ Plunk. Nice having you here. Playword can't stop alternating between loving my RH work and hating it. Oh, is that the Chrysalis of Misery thing, or is it like with the finished models? It's rough when you don't really feel, yeah. But from what I can tell, Halloween says Soraya Classic Hag. That's a good. Oh, the Vengeful Spirit. Mephistopheles. Yeah. Marcus certainly does represent the lycanthrope. Together with the actual lycanthrope, I guess. Cool. Nice summary there. He'll hate it? Why? Richard Senewald is like the stream. Thanks. Yeah. Glad you like the pumpkins and Prince Totem. I think they look great. You should be proud of them. I'm glad you feel that way. And it's nice that you've you're courageous enough to try out new things on them. That's very valuable. Even though we're of course not going to be happy with the results. I tried speed painting Yedza with some contrast paint with the intention of going back and improving on that later, and I feel like I didn't manage to make it look good at all. I think the contrast effects kind of just look like shit the way I did them. Maybe I need more practice. Because I thought I did pretty okay with contrast on those warped from the Cult of the Burning Man I painted. But not so much with the Yedza crew. Well, that's awful nice of you to do that. Maybe you need to bop him on the head and then just force him to take them. I don't know. Do you think he'll try and refuse the gift? One more at a time, that could work. Put in paint page. No. What is that? Maybe I should know what that is. What's a put in paint page? Complain or not. Well, seemed like a nice friend to give him such a great gift. Or is it a I'm sorry gift? You been naughty? Trying to win him over? I don't know why I'm asking you this. That's personal. I'm just talking. I don't want to have take any responsibility for words I say. It's fair, right? Stop playing Ulix's gift. Oh, is Ulix annoying? Art space for miniatures painters. Only if your medals cost less and wear pigs and have armor. Right. Inferiority complex pigs. So silly. But pigs are cute, you know? I guess Malifaux pigs are more terrifying than cute, but yeah. Right, okay. No, I just do Instagram. You telling me I have to do put in paint too? Oh god. So many social media stuff, right? Remember Cool Meanie? I didn't really like Cool Meanie or not. Like putting a number rating on miniatures is weird. Do you do that on put in paint too? I have my own page for commissions though. Currently finding enough work, but I guess I could look into put in paint if there's a shortage. You still use Coolmean or not? It feels really weird to have your work rated with a number. It's like, what does it even mean? It doesn't really take into account what goals you have, does it? Like how long you painted something. But I guess there's more merit to it than the number review. the rating. Looking at this face closely, I don't know if I painted it very well. Just keep working at it. Pudding paint. Aw, would love some pudding paint. Imagine if you had paint, which you could be like, when stuff's not going very well, you just eat it and it's like chocolate pudding. That'd work, right? Please invent that. Us brush lickers would like that. I'm convinced. I'm certain. Okay. Favorite flavor of paint. I like the smell of goblin green. I got a paint pot of goblin green lying around. Feels like a relic. Like a prized possession. Trying to really push the definition here on the muscles. Not sure everything here is looking realistic, but hopefully it'll look good. Floral taste. Got a brush restore product that tastes pretty good. Probably shouldn't taste it, but it was by accident. You know, would be a lot of fun if we did brush lickers paint Kickstarter. Paint that tastes really good. Want a paint in good taste? Ah, okay, maybe that's bad. Hey, I mean, someone kickstarted a potato salad, so yeah, I'm glad. Glad you're having fun, Kim. Oh, that's a shame. Got some Vallejo texture paint, and the smell of those is horrible. I think that shit's pretty poisonous. Uh, probably. Kind of want to paint up Maxine for the next tournament, but I'm not sure I'll have the time. And also, playing Maxine at a tournament after having just one game with her might be a bit too rough on the brain. It's not the easiest crew to play, you know. Awful lot of fun, though. Scratch and sniff meanies. Yeah. That's nice. They could be... Sometimes you get a really nice smell. Sometimes you... Well, I will say the lesser ones are probably not going to be fun. I was actually trying to be a fun person. I was working as a teacher's temp. I was trying to be fun when a student asked if I wanted one of those, you know, like Harry Potter, Bertie Bob's beans thingies before a lesson. And the taste was so horrible. Whew, ever had any of those bean candy? Every flavor beans? I just couldn't get that taste out of my mouth, and then I had to hold a lecture. That sucked. Just try to be a cool teacher, you know? That's fine. You are allowed to leave. Face turn a little pale, I think. I might want to glaze in a little bit of Mornfang brown. Very clumsy child. Grass one plus the dirt one reminds me of childhood. Toothpaste flavor canceling it out. I think I got a rotten eggs one, which was like I didn't think they'd be that horrible, but god damn, that was horrible. Right, glazing the face. Clumsy child. I'm a clumsy adult. Gotta paint his nipples. His nipples. It's always a little uncanny when you watch some of the artwork and they don't have any nipples. No nipples. Just looks a little scary. Bubble gum, yeah. It's funny when something's bubble gum flavored. It shouldn't really be a flavor, should it? Nip nops. Yeah. That's what they're called, right? Nip nops. The Swedish word for nipples is horrible. The one who named those or like made the Swedish word for it was not a tits person. It was not a tits person, let me tell you. Basically, in Sweden, it's called bröstvårtor. And directly translated, that is breast warts. Who the hell calls them breast warts? Ugh. Worst part of the Swedish language, maybe. Breast warts. Fuck's sake. Oops. The Swedish name. The Swedish word. Yeah, bröstvårtor. You spell it like this. Bröst is breast, and vårtor is warts. Yeah. Just makes me shake my head. Feel like they could change that name in a patch, you know? Just doesn't work for me. Sounds like something a witch would have. Maybe Zoraida's got some breast warts. Maybe I'm just being mean here. Zoraida's a nice person once you get to know her. Did I kill the stream now? Everyone's just disgusted after hearing that Swedish word. I'm sorry. It's a horrible truth. Am I the voice of disorder? Maybe. We're just gonna lose followers after this. It's a shame. If someone just hopped into the stream now, they'll be like, what the hell is Elinore talking about? I think that's true for a lot of my streams, but yeah. Yeah, that's lucky. Oh, God. Well, Harata got his nip-nops. All is well in the world. You might have picked a strange place to return. Yeah, I'm sorry. I told everyone what nipples was in Sweden, in Swedish, and people are just shocked, very silent, and trying to recover from that horrible word. But Harata got his nip-nops. Viewer count down to 11 from 13. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop mentioning those words. Let's paint Harata's trousers. Yeah, let's do that. Still, I'm glad you returned. Hope you don't leave us. Please don't leave us. gonna go for some Cobalite green. For his trousers. Like I've got the Lupercal green base paint, which is a base paint that is darker than this one, but this one covers better. Thanks. Thanks, McBluff. Still going for that dark teal theme color-wise for these guys. Whoa, my face cam got very pixelated there. Some people are real hairy. Yeah, I guess that's odd. Like I remember seeing a guild executioner with a really hairy belly. Don't remember who painted it, but it looked really good. Maybe I should try and paint more body hair. Basing tufts under armpits. That's genius. Why didn't I ever think of that? Yeah. Oh, God. Static void. Yeah. Seems like I'm back, but maybe this is just a clone. Maybe something really strange happened. Don't know. I feel the same, I think. Watched so much Dexter. I got Dexter's songs or soundtrack just looping in my head. Fixed it! Whoop whoop! Thank you. Brought out the old pixel hoover and hoovered them up, right? That's how it works, isn't it? A sacrifice to Waldo. Dare I ask what you sacrificed? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm better off not knowing. While this first layer is drying. You sacrificed Wyrd Kyle. Shame. He was always nice, but you win some, you lose some, I guess. Oh, you sacrificed an arm yesterday. Oh, Waldo's going to be content for a while. I'm going to paint. Wow, my voice kind of died there. Paint. Like my throat's been a little rough. The air at the tournament wasn't great. It was very dry. The beer giving him indigestion. Oh, poor Waldo. I was looking for the dried bark paint, but I couldn't find it. No, actually, this paint doesn't. Does it work? Guess it does. Nah, too similar to the face. Where'd the dried bark go? That's not it. Hello, streaming. Gorthor brown could work. Yeah. So I'm painting these straps on his legs in Gorthor brown, and then I'll highlight that with Steel Asian drab. Citadel paints. Tip of this brush is getting worse. Should replace it. Actually, Kim, can we take a 5-minute break? I'll be right back. Great. Hey guys, I'm back. Just needed to take care of a little thing. We're pinning these clothing straps. Whatchamacallit. Ortho brown, and then I'll highlight them with something. I was thinking Steel Legion Drab, but I think those colors probably don't match up 100%. So I guess I can just add some lighter color to this one. We'll see. Oops, missed a little bit with the undercoat here underneath the leg. So I'm gonna continue working a little bit with the trousers. Kind of missed this. Don't know how I missed it, but like some of the upper parts here. So you guys got anything fun planned for Halloween? Mentioned earlier, I'm gonna do a little board game night, Halloween themed. Should be fun. I love board games. There. Don't have any plans, unfortunately. Okay. Richard Sandoval, taking the tribe pumpkin picking and carving. Some games list for you. Nice. Yeah, I haven't carved a pumpkin, but my roommate did. It looks great. So cozy with these pumpkin lanterns. Yeah, I was thinking maybe playing Betrayal at Baldur's Gate or Mansions of Madness or both on Friday. Spooky Malifaux tournament. That sounds awesome. You think people will be dressed up? You doing anything cool, like themed flavor for the Halloween tournament? I got a tournament the weekend after this one. Linköping, Sweden. Should be a lot of fun. Bringing some tournament pals. Didn't have any tournament pals this weekend really, or none that I'd spoken to before the tournament, but people were so nice there, so had a great time. And I also knew some of the 40K players, so we had a drink the day before. So I'm shading this with just added a little bit of black to the Cavite green. Like earlier, I've used Lupercal green, and that's fine. Just find it covers pretty damn badly. So, a bit dressed up. I'm gonna go to every Melvin tournament in costume, playing the Guild, which should be the most terrifying option. Cole, do you want to tell us what you're going dressed up as? feel Lucius is maybe the most terrifying. You're gonna be Lucius? I like dressing up for a Malifaux tournament. It'd be fun. Something just spooked my cat. Her little claws against the floor, scampering. Got an easily spooked cat. Very cautious. Might dress up a little for Thursday stream. Could be fun. Anybody could be Lucius. Sure. But he doesn't really mimic in that way, does he? Isn't he always wearing his mask? Where is he? Malifaux 1988. That'd be nice. That's cool. Skull makeup. Yeah, sounds cool. Do it. Do it. Yeah, come on. Let me paint your. Well, let me paint your parts. Hi, Kitty. Did you hear me talking about you? Kitty just said. Yeah, that's my interpretation too. Or rather, my interpretation is that he can change his appearance, sort of. But I don't know if. Or can he? I mean, he. He got plastic surgery from McMorning. Would he have that if he was just a mimic? I think, God, the paint on a little thick here. Rookie mistake. Just scraping it off. Pretend you didn't see this. Remember to paint with 2 thin coats. Then you paint, kids, etc., etc. Don't do what I just did. That's 2 thin. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Steel Agent Drab anyway for the cloth on his legs. Then maybe Rakarth Flesh after that. My third, a little bit of cat hair. There we go. And he's got this rope too, holding his trousers up. I wonder what color I'm gonna paint that. Maybe dark blue. Could be nice. Yeah, let's do these and Steel Agent Drab too. Velvety, yeah, kinda. Just really like teals. I'm gonna do some black lining to help separate this bracelet from the skin. Maybe that's a little thick. Should be fine. If you don't want to go with pure black on this, just mixing a little bit of dark brown looks good. Maybe this looks weird, me just moving the spear like this, but it's bendy, so it's fine. It doesn't really get damage from this. Gonna give some shading to the straps, because I kind of failed a little bit with leaving dark brown in the recesses of these straps. So I'm just reinforcing that a little with some black mixed with a little bit of brown. Do you guys have any favorites of the more recently introduced characters in Malifaux? I'll say I think August is kind of interesting. Tried to interview Jack Daw and he turned mad. That's a fate. Let's go with some mixing some Sibirat green into the Kabbalat green. I feel like I've used this color a lot recently. They're nice. I'm gonna, build up highlights on Harata's trousers. It's cool to get some Maori representation in the game. Richard, excited for Shoyo and Brewmaster. Gotta take the mini me to gymnastics now. I'll try to cash in their stream later. Okay, cool. Take care of that mini me. Catch you later. Brew is really cool. Seems like a nice guy, you know. Klaus and Hildegard. They're not new editions? Oh, are they in like the Chronicles or the RPGs or something? Because I don't remember them. They're really cool, the artwork. I've yet to read about them. From Nightmares. Yeah, that's one of the RPG books, right? Okay, so that's Klaus Hildegard from Nightmares cover with them. Oh, cool. Yeah, now that you mention it, they do feel familiar. I'm gonna leave the tattoos for Thursday stream probably. And we'll see if I can manage painting tattoos on stream. Should work. It's always a little risk when you're trying to do small finicky freehand that you'll just not be happy with the results, but we'll do our best. That's all you can do. Neverborn character creation and bestiary. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it's cool they turned them into characters from the miniature game then. Klaus has the same thing as the operatives, I think, right? Like infiltration or whatever it's called, where he can count as friendly. It's really fun. The operatives are a whole lot of fun. The red cups are really cool, yeah. Lovely design. I'm guessing that's the next starter set to come out. Should be, right? I feel like those models really do whole Neverborn overall feel justice very well. Really nice. Okay, let's go with some Sybarite green. Straight from the pot, well, to the wet palette and then to the paintbrush, but hey. No mixing, just Sybarite green. Highlight these folds on the cloth. I think I'll paint the scarf in sort of toned down dark blue color. Maybe use the same color for details on the stuff, or we could do light gray. We'll see. I don't tend to wholly plan out color schemes from the start. Like, tend to improvise a little and come up with stuff as I go, or rather, we have the colors for the crew kind of set from before, from the harpooners, but like where to apply them and how to like deal with different materials and how to balance those colors on the individual miniature to like try and do that on the fly. So don't really always paint miniatures with their faction color like this, but the explorers have such a gorgeous faction color. I just kind of felt like I had to, and it really fits with the whole nautical theme of the EVS. To have this blue-green, in my opinion. Just kind of had to go with it. There we go. Hinting at a knee pad here. The highlights. And then let's go for some where is it? Where do you go? Oh, paint. There we go. The good old Gauss Blaster Green. Most sci-fi name I've got on a paint. For a final highlight on Harata's trousers. Don't want to go to pure white on the highlights. It'll make it look super shiny. This will be kind of shiny too, but like if you highlight up to white in a material, it can look like a pretty shiny material. So no, I'm fine with taking it up to Gauss Blaster, but not pure white. So are the red caps from the RPG too? Or are they a new invention? I don't have the, like, I never played the RPG, so I don't really have a very good grasp of them. I know a whole bunch of the Explorer stuff is from the RPG, or that's the impression I got in. Because I remember seeing the Catalan stuff. For example, like Catalan Brawler and Rifleman and Yannick, I think, are from the RPG. Oh, they're in there. Okay, cool. Seem like nasty little buggers. Trying to make these lines look pretty thin. Something I'm trying to get better at. Sorry for being a little quiet there for a while. Just kind of zone into the painting. All right, yeah. Is the music really noticeable? Is my roomie watching TV? I think like the show they're watching is a few segments that were just much louder than the others. So yeah, sorry about that. Didn't mean for you to hear background music. Yeah, it's some classical music. I think they're watching Mr. Robot, but I'm not sure. But it's got some classic music in there. Okay, so let's highlight those straps of clothing. There you are, Rock Earth Flash. Just really kind of like Rock Earth Flash. Very good all around color for highlighting shit. It's a great color to mix in if you need some for highlighting some kind of earthy tones, I guess. Sorry, adjusting the camera a little there. So we're trying to highlight these clothing straps, leaving both the dark brown and the Steel Agent Brab showing. Trying to keep these lines pretty thin. Yeah, thanks for the sub, Malthal3. Nice to have you following. How are you doing? Hope you're all having a great October day / evening, afternoon, or whatever it is where you are. It's pretty dark here, pretty cozy. It's just after 7 o'clock in Sweden. Got a YouTube sub from Redhead with 3s. Nice. Thanks for the sub. Are most watchers on YouTube or Twitch? It's nice that we can do it on both at the same time. And Facebook, of course. Someone on the weekend said, like, oh, right, your swamp-based tutorial was on Goonhammer. I was like, what? It was? So apparently it got shared there. So that's cool. I didn't even notice. Glad people appreciated the tutorial. I want to try and make more of them soon. It's been happily diving into Malifaux and Wyrd. That's nice. Malifaux deserves that attention for sure. And the other weird stuff too. Mixing in a little bit of Wraithbone to highlight this further. I'm not super familiar with Goonhammer, but I know it's popped up now and then, and it seems pretty popular. I'm gonna paint this up here on the forearm. I've been replaying Hollow Knight on my Switch whilst on the train and tram and such. Such a good game, so atmospheric, mysterious, and beautiful. You guys played it? Down that little bit of Wraithbone mixed in. Kim, what's your favorite bit of Malifaux lore? Putting some black to shade the armpits here. Bit like there. Cassandra eating Colette's old mentor partner off a bridge. When was that? That sounds fun. Was I in the horse carriage? My memory is a little fuzzy. Yeah, right. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Oh, so horrible to hear about the Star Theater. Hope it gets rebuilt soon. Such a tragedy. Anyone else got a favorite moment in the storyline they want to share? So we can sit here and reminisce. Cyrus Black, yeah. Cyrus Black. That's another pretty goth name. Yeah, things didn't end up very well for him. Let's go with, no, not that paint. We're going for ashen blue and beyond blue. Yeah. Those are the ones. Oh, yeah. No? Yeah, you're right. Guess he could return sometime. Could end up happening. I'm currently reading the story with where Albus meets Anna Lovelace. For the first time. It's the beginning of the Resurrectionist faction book. Yeah, I'm gonna paint this dark blue too, I think. So, how's everyone in the chat doing? Are you holding up well this fall? It can sometimes get a bit dark and depressing, so I hope you're all good. Anyone ever feeling bad? Like in Sweden, it's very easy to get a bit depressed, or like maybe your depression gets worse if you're already depressed during the winter. So just make sure to reach out and talk to people if you're feeling lonely. For some it's cozy, for some it's pretty rough, I guess. This whole darkness thing gets really dark, right? Our days here in the north are pretty short. Gotta remember that D vitamin, right? Oops. Hair. Anyone in the chat getting some hobby in? or any cool games you want to speak about, that's fine too. It's always fun to hear about. Topic on the table. Yeah, I was asking if anyone had any cool hobbying on the go, or if you had any cool games lately. It's always nice to hear about. Also hyped about the game, so tell me what you got. Came in so many wishes to paint. Kick some butt and buy a bash live streams. That was awesome. All right, yeah, I didn't catch that one. I should go back and watch that. So really fun that you made a Buy a Bash live stream. I'm sorry I couldn't catch it. If there's gonna be more of that kind of stuff. Watching board games on Twitch is really fun. It's a nice time to have. Nice thing to have in the background, I guess, too. Went from last place or entire game only to win the last round. That's epic. Most epic way to win, right? Cool. Which racer did you play? Was it Stumpy? Of course it was Stumpy. Yeah, that was your favorite, right? Okay, so let's highlight this blue. Templar blue, I think. So I got Beyond Blue, Templar Blue, and Ashen Blue from Reaper. It's a little problem because some of my paints, their labels have really text rub off. The text rubs off eventually. On the Reaper paints, at least. Tree Hugger, yeah, me too, you know. Used to collect Wood Elf miniatures. Always liked Wood Elves. Always liked them trees. Forest spirits and stuff. Really glad there's a lot of that stuff in Malifaux too. Even though I don't play him for some reason. Used to play Lilith. A little bit of a forest theme there almost. Kinda. She was able to grow forests after all. Great little magical copses on the table. Trying to paint this texture as well as I can, whilst also keeping my sanity. Again, just moving this spear a little out of the way carefully to get to the shawl, which is fine because it's flexible plastic, you know. Right amount of flexible, I'd say. And I'm using plastic glue when I assemble the models, so the parts ain't gonna come off from doing that. Could just have done the whole spear thing separately, but don't remember. I think it's stuck to the arms, so that could prove annoying. I don't recall, but at least this is how I assembled the guy. Leave the border parts separate. Okay, so let's go with Ashen Blue. For another highlight. Bearing in mind that light comes from our imaginary light source above. When we highlight this, putting paint in the topmost edge looks the best. Or sometimes the lower edge, if you're like in such an area here, I don't know if this is easy to see, like that's the most prominent one. It sticks out the most from between like the other part of the fabric. It's in the folds. Then just trying to pick out these little braided or whatchamacallit details in the spear. It's a lovely spear. I wouldn't want this spear. You know, it just looks nice. What a lovely handle. It's probably nice to hold. Oopsie. Yeah, Neverborn's probably the tree hugger friendly faction, right? Hi, Exilla. Nice to see you pop by. Things in Sweden are pretty dark. Well, in that it's the evening and it gets dark early. Yeah, I'm good. How are you? Just throwing paint on this performer EVS guy. How did you do the game day? Game day, right, the game day was the weekend before this, and it was a lot of fun. We played Anya against the Lucius player, Guild Lucius, and won. We had a great game. And then I played Anya into McMorning 2, and I was pretty slaughtered. We had to cut after 3 turns, and I was in the lead, but it looked like I would lose if we'd played out the whole game. It was a good laugh, a good game. I was a bit overwhelmed by how nasty he can make the rogue necromancy. Time is getting away, yeah. But this Saturday I attended a tournament in Malmö. So a small 8-people tournament. It was really nice. People were really nice, and one guy had baked chocolate banana cake, so that was lovely. Jens from Denmark. And I ended up winning the tournament, so I was pretty chuffed about that. Beating Neverborn Guild and a rival explorer. Very guild heavy tournament. Yeah. It was only an 8-play tournament, but it was a whole lot of fun. I like smaller tournaments too. And winning is fun, you know? It's not important to win, but I think most of us enjoy it. I did not rig it beforehand, no. Like my shape is a little up and down, but when it comes to the game, but I won a few tournaments. It's cool too. And let's face it, I was playing Explorers, and they're the new shiny filthy. That probably helped a little. Facing Yedza for the first time, for example, it can be rough. Oh yeah? What career are you thinking of starting? I faced McCabe and Zoraida and Lucius at the tournament. Lucius did not like Oster and Twig, not one bit. They kept pecking on him. Having Puncher as a trigger on a long-range gun, Wyrd, is very nice. mix a little bit of wraith bone into the ashen blue color. For final highlight. I play Anya and Yedsa in the tournament. Karis. Karis is a whole lot of fun. Yeah, go for it. I want to play Karis too. I just get so excited about a whole lot of masters for Malifaux, then I don't have the time to play everything. How do you get around the neg flip to attack on Lucius? Yeah, I just focused. And I had Assassinate. So I spent focus to attack him all the time and then cheated in a high card all the time. And ended up being able to hit severe damage several times. So I spent a lot of resources there. And also I think I lucked out on some of the flips. Because Ostera is like, she has a free action gun. So probably going to focus and attack. And sure, it's sad to not have positives, but it's still a very good way of getting to Lucius through that Serene Countenance. I was playing, for example, Molly. I might do the same thing. Star and Twig are really nice. They're a little squishy outside of Yetsa, but they're really nice. Three painting projects. I had a painting in new crew. Oh, Molly is a whole lot of fun. I love Molly. She's a favorite. I like playing Resers too, and I tend to. I think Molly, Kirai, and Yanlu are my favorites there. Yeah, they definitely are. Yanlu mostly for gameplay reasons. Although, I mean, there's nothing wrong with his story. Just as a character, I guess I'm more into Miss Squid Pitch. Such a great surname. Blonde Zerter. Freshest follower. Nice. Welcome. And I agree, that is a rad username. Nice. Welcome to the stream. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, and we did in our adverts, we are going to be raffling off a Bayou Box starter set, which I've painted on this stream. And I'm pretty proud of. So that's awesome. We earlier raffled off Miss Happen. And the winners got the miniature, which feels good. Mail always makes me a little nervous. They seemed really happy about it. So that's cool. Okay, so let's paint his hair actually. I had to repaint his hair a little bit. I got some brown paint on it. So I'm filling it in with some Abaddon black. Randy X Place, thanks. Randex Place, thanks. That's the username. Welcome. Thanks for following. Might have butchered your username there. In that case, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. We're painting Harata Matoro, or how you pronounce it, from the Explorer Society. It's got the EBS keyword, but also the performer keyword. So he's a friend of Maxine and Colette. Colette was actually the master that kind of got me into the game. So I saw the Showgirls miniatures and like from first edition, and Teddy and Dreamer, Claudia and stuff. I was like really blown away by that stuff. I ended up buying Colette first. The Commander J follower. Wow, we're just getting a whole lot of followers now. Gotta cash in that raffle opportunity. Nice. Welcome. The second one. Okay, yeah. How are y'all doing today? Yeah, I'm glad we're getting a whole lot of new followers. A lot of people watching right now. That's nice. Lovely. Supporting Malifaux. Yeah, for sure. Gotta support that amazing game. And lovely company. Whilst holding me company. It was lovely. Okay, so I'm gonna start highlighting the hair with Dark Reaper, which is a go-to for me when I want something to look. I want a like a cold black. Okay, I'm gonna try and be really neat here. It's good for a first highlight color. So how is everyone? You feeling good? Getting any good hobby in? I'm gonna bring out Rust Gray to highlight this further. And I'm done with this little stage. And then we're gonna try and, like I'm thinking of, when you're highlighting hair, it's good to imagine a kind of like a sort of a halo of a highlight. That's what I've learned. So we'll try and keep that in mind here. As we bring out the Rust Gray for our next So maybe something like this. I say, having my miniature out of camera. But yeah, maybe focusing the highlights toward the front there. And towards the back where the hair. Zetkin, fick du själv? Fick du själv, Zetkin? Yeah, I think my cat did something she was not supposed to do. I'm not sure what, but I heard she got told off, and then she just came in here. What did you do, Zetkin? Is it? Okay, yeah. My cat is like, it's impossible to be mad at her. She has this cute look of perpetual confusion, if you know what I mean. She also scolds me when I sneeze or cough. She hates that. So if I sneeze, she'll be like, really upset. Sounds super silly. Hard to take seriously. She also thinks I'm starving her, which I am, of course, not doing. But you know, cats, they're all getting starved. Okay, so then normally I go with Fenrisian Grey as another sharp highlight before mixing in a little bit of white or going to complete white. When painting black hair and highlighting it, you gotta try and balance it, highlights and the black, so the hair doesn't look gray. And if you feel like the hair is starting to look gray, you can go back in there with some black paint to sort of tighten up the highlights. You can like paint little contours between them to make them sharper, you know. Some got a little thick. But yeah, we want to focus the highlight here where that halo would go. If you're confused about what I'm thinking of, maybe you just Google image search haircuts, and you'll probably see the way you almost get a little halo on top of your head when you got shiny shampooed hair, clean hair. Right, we are ending the stream soon. So this is what the miniature looks like after 3 hours of painting. Should be done next stream. So next stream we'll paint the metals of his spear, and we'll also try our best to paint some cool tattoos on this guy, and hope we don't mess everything up, because it would suck to just ruin everything with a failed attempt at freehanding tattoos. I'm not going to be nervous at all. And yeah, for a chance to win this Bayou starter box that I've been painting, that we're raffling off, make sure to follow Wyrd here on Twitch or YouTube, and follow my little YouTube channel that Kim kindly linked up there. And then you'll have a chance to win the Bayou starter box, complete with painted miniatures and fate deck and ski markers. And I'm hoping you're also liking the content, like enjoying, not pressing like on my YouTube channel. Well, feel free to press like too, but I'm going to try and get more content up there soon. It's kind of fun making tutorials, so expect more of that coming. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today and getting some paint on Harata. I hope a lot of you will be showing up Thursday too. And the winner in the raffle will probably be announced Thursday or early next week. Yeah, thanks for this evening. Take care. And yeah, paint your weenies. Bye.